What do you think about it?
I think it's messed
What are your
up.
thoughts?
I just think it's messed up to, that how
Just
they
having
treat
to
them-
see
how
it.
How they treat them so bad, and because we only think about the finished product. We don't think about like they're everywhere.
Listen, what can be hard is breaking an old habit.
Right.
But however hard it is, it's so much easier to endure than what they have to endure, than what we put them through. If you were gonna ask yourself one question after this, I would ask this. If like open-minded, like progressive thinking, kind guys like you, like us, aren't willing to make a change, who's going to? Who is it we're waiting for? These are humane practices in the animal agriculture industry, and the reason it's happening to these animals is because we pay for these products. One question we're asking people is if you think this is wrong to do to an animal, is it okay to pay people to do it for us? What do you think?
What do you propose we do instead?
Well, the reason we're here is to advocate people not pay for any product that contains animal products in it. Because when we pay for, say, like an egg product or something with milk in it, or obviously meat, this is what we pay for.
Right.
You pay them to please do it again. And the only reason it exists in the first place is because we pay them to do it. It's supply and demand.
And
So-
if people harvest their own, like deer hunting, how does that affect that? Because the deer is.
Well, how does it affect the deer?
Well, we're eating what the deer wants, which is the vegetables on the land. So.
Have you ever had a deer eat the food you wanted to eat? I mean, like, have you ever grown food and then had a deer steal
on
it from you?
On the farmland, yes.
Did you not go to the grocery store?
Well, sure.
Have this deer ever gone to the grocery store and taken that food from you?
It's
I
an
don't think
argument that can be
do you think that's a
had,
real?
for
But do you
sure.
think that's a real problem?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, if I think that's a problem?
Question. Yeah, I'm asking you, what do you think about somebody harvesting something from the land
Sure.
rather than going to the supply house like that?
Well, I would say that animals in the animal agriculture industry, which is where 98% of the animal products that you come from.
Okay, but I'm asking about the ones in the wild.
Okay.
So if I were to go fishing on my own and I eat those fish that I harvest myself, that I don't treat in such a poor way, but I'm eating them for sustenance.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I would feel that it's an unnecessary killing of an animal that doesn't want to die.
Okay.
Right? I mean, why, if we can live and thrive without causing harm to others,
I agree
why
with you in
why
that.
why wouldn't we?
I agree. I was just asking
well, I also agree
how
with
you
you.
felt about
No,
that.
I mean, I actually agree with you too. I think that, like, let's say, killing an animal in the wild or going fishing contains so much less cruelty,
Absolutely.
so much less suffering than this, right? It's
Absolutely.
massive.
Absolutely, and we do that. That's why I was asking how you felt about it.
I think that's
And I like to harvest my own mushrooms. So I mean, there's things that we do.
Totally. No,
You know,
just to live sustainably.
Yes,
and whatnot.
I just wanted to know how you felt about it.
Definitely.
As you were asking me how I felt.
Definitely. No, I think that.
'Cause obviously, I don't think that's right either. So.
I think we agree. Like, we think we agree this is horrible.
It is.
And I think we agree too that, like, if you were to kill an animal in the wild, there's so much suffering that you're not contributing to.
Absolutely.
And that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I still come back to the question of, like, what's a humane way to kill an animal that doesn't want to die? Is that humane?
Yeah. Well, the problem is as our
animals that eat other animals, all animals eat pretty much other animals unless you are an herbivore and you can't process it.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you start talking about, not killing animals simply for the fact of feeding yourself if you need something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, our bodies are meant to process meats in some way, shape, or form, proteins, and break them down in ways. And, do we need to do it all the time or as much as we do? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But,
in a cruel
to
way,
her
not,
point, like killing a deer that you're going to process yourself and feed your family with and, use all of the parts that you can use.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different than, killing a...
But I respect you guys
Absolutely.
for having this out here because people don't know.
Yeah, and why do you
They don't
guys think,
realize.
animals in the wild, I mean, because take your pick of a carnivorous animal, like, why do they kill? Why do they kill?
Because they're hungry.
Right, they have to. I mean, for them, it's a matter of life or death. It's a matter of survival. For us, it's so far from that. Perhaps there was a time when it wasn't so far from that. I have respect for that argument. It's just not the world we live in at this
So maybe
point.
we don't need to do it now But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there could be an argument for, you know, all of the plants and everything that we have to digest as well and process and remove them from living. So, and it's just because they're not sentient.
Right.
That's the connection. And
Well,
so I don't know.
the animal,
arguments can be had from all
animals in the animal agriculture industry eat 18 times more like soybeans, corns, plant foods than we do. So if that is a concern of yours, you know, which it is a concern of mine, there's such a strong argument here for sustainability and environmental sustainability as well, that not breeding these animals into existence is also one of the best things we can do for our environment. It's actually one of the leading causes of environmental destruction. Like the animal agriculture industry is, after fossil fuels, the largest contributor of greenhouse gas emissions. It's destroying our oceans, it's destroying our topsoil. You know, it's like horrible. It's actually the reason I decided to be vegan. I wasn't even thinking about the animals at first. That happened later for me. It was just when I realized the destruction we're laying to. And whether or not you hunt, or like even if you go to a coffee shop and you put some half and half in your milk occasionally, or when you go out to dinner you get like roasted chicken, like this is where it comes from every time, you know?
That's it.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are very nice to talk to. You guys, I mean, it's cool. Like you guys are open-minded and you have some really good questions. Like you guys are cool.
People that
are you all together?
Feel a lot, in a lot of the same ways as you do, you know, and then to a point where, you know, maybe we're just not willing to remove it from our lives in the same way.
Yeah.
You know, but I think more so than quite a few other people, we, you know, the recycling and the you know, just the stuff that we purchase and we buy and
we try to be conscious.
We try to be conscious. It's on our minds.
Yeah.
As for most people, it's just like, man, whatever.
I think a lot of people assume. I think a lot of people assume maybe we're here to, you know, finger point or anything like that. When really, I mean, at least for me personally, I go into every conversation assuming we agree, which is like, this is wrong. Like animal abuse or cruelty is wrong, right? Like, and like unnecessary pain and suffering is wrong. Like, and just that as a baseline, we already agree like 99%, you know? And then from there, we're nitpicking. There's some like really good questions that can be asked. Anyway, if you guys find yourselves willing to give it a shot and know that no animal like had to unnecessarily suffer or die through the food we're eating, there is a website on there that can make it really easy. And I speak from someone that didn't get to use it. I didn't have that website, but
it does make it easy nowadays to have that information.
Just where it says 22 days of full support, and then it says challenge22.com.
Okay.
When
they think it takes 22 days to
they say it's like 21 days to like create a new habit.
Oh,
okay.
So that's what they say.
Right.
So it's like, so basically like you register and it's completely free.
Okay.
And then once you register, they assign you like a personal mentor. So it's like one person who's dedicated to you, who you can just text or email anytime. You're like, yo, I'm craving a burrito, what should I do? Or like, I have this pizza recipe that my grandma gave me, like, or this brownie recipe, and like, now I can't, they'll like just send you recipes. They'll tell you restaurants that are in the area, how to go to the grocery store. Yeah. And they'll just like basically like all those questions that I know I had, they'll help you answer them. Just like, what am I supposed to do? For me, it was scrambled eggs. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Have you ever had chickpea blondies?
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
Maple syrup is the way to go.
What was your name? Jason, I'm Benny. This is a great conversation.
All right,
What was your
thank
name?
you. Thanks for